Hello, we are Unks in the building. UNCSIN the building. THEBUILDING.
I didn't know he was gonna keep spelling. I'm about to say I'm Bryce, but then I was like, oh, he's still spelling.
He's Bryce. I'm
still,
Byron.
He's
Please
still
like and subscribe our stuff because it is amazing. We're watching Reddit stuff, reading Reddit stuff, watching YouTube videos, reacting. And we're a little disconnected, so
this
that's
is
the
me reacting
part, right?
and being disconnected to him.
That's what I'm saying. But it works now. This is our intro. It's very genuine. Please join us on our journey.
Like and subscribe. Just gonna put my phone on silent because they be trying to check in on me. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but
ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm a little busy at the moment,
Mm-hmm. Praise God for business.
Oh yeah.
You could not be busy, and that would not be what's up.
No, I'll be taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, let me not do that. Okay.
Let me adjust my shirt, make sure.
Okay.
I'm at peak. Visual visage. Is visage a word? What does visage means? Visual visage. That's something. Okay. That might be a bar if it makes sense.
Maybe.
That might be a bar. Let me check that out.
Okay. All right. Okay.
A visual visage in the scrimmage that can't see me.
No idea what that means. All right, folks. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Visage is a word.
Okay.
A person's face with reference to the form or proportions of the features.
Okay.
Yeah.
Introducing smart brother.
I be knowing.
You was a brother from the hood. They said, don't mess up because you gonna make it.
You know what? I was like Calvin. A lot of people don't know about Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin is how they got lots of black people to apply for McDonald's.
Calvin got a job.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Ski mask.
No.
You seen the Dave Chappelle skit?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here speaking brand new cuss words.
Always.
Because
the norm needs to be challenged.
Come on, sometimes. Sometimes.
That's what we do.
Unless the norm is okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes the norm is all right.
But who defines what all right is?
Who defines what norm is?
We get too deep. We get too deep too early.
God did.
This is true.
I'm quoting what's the fella?
DJ Khaled.
You
not knowing these hip hop things be beating me. It whoops on me all the time.
I've been listening to my own music for 15 years.
It whoops on me. Every time in the group chat when you like, who was this person? I'm like, fine.
Yeah, it's been 15
This person
years.
has been alive and doing stuff for 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know them until they dead.
So now with that, so would you say that once they're passed, their marketing is just
it's definitely
doubled, or is it that people have more of an interest now in someone who was as opposed to someone who is who's here doing stuff?
So it's a lot of people who I literally did not hear of until they passed, and that's because it was endless posts of rest in peace, such and such, rest in peace. Then people sharing, gone too soon. So when I start seeing regular people just post over and over, like I knew Nipsey Hussle before he was big. Knew him, but I knew of him through one of my homeboys. Oh yeah, that's such and such. Yeah, West Coast, he next up type deal. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like I knew of him for a very long time. So when he died and nobody else was like, oh shoot, that was messed up. It's crazy. Yeah. Look into the story. When Young Dolph died, I had never heard of Young Dolph.
What?
I had never heard of Young Dolph. And part of that's my fault, right? Because I just don't be listening to radio and music like that.
Yeah.
But
Bro, Young Dolph was one of the independent kings.
Man, that dude, when I listened, I was like, yo, this is hard here.
Yeah.
The young folks still say hard.
Yeah, they still say it.
I said, it's hard here, man. I enjoyed his Hold Up track. I like that. That made me feel good. You know who else? I can't even remember the nigga name. Never mind. But it was another young fella that I listened to the other day, and I was like, bruh, for somebody who's sitting down and actually putting pen to paper and not rapping with auto-tune, where I can understand. I mean, the hood slang changes and stuff like that, but for it to be somebody who I can understand what they're saying from a standpoint, it's clear. The thing is, like, slang changes from different region to region to region. Yeah. And everything I'm not going to pick up on because I'm just like...
And not just from region, from time.
Yeah, time. Like,
So do you
when
know
I
what
said,
is?
Huh?
You know what Riz is?
I figured it out.
Okay.
But it took me a second, like, nigga, and then the bad part about it is people were using it wrong. Like gaslighting.
What?
People was using gaslighting wrong. So do you know where gaslighting came from?
Kind of, sort of. Gaslighting is when someone is like, that the person is right about what you're doing, but they're trying to lie to you as if they're not doing that.
Right. Yeah. So effectively, it was a movie long time ago where the dude was changing the lights to drive his wife crazy. So he dim by look, and she going, his lights look dark at you? No, everything's fine. I don't know what's going on.
I did not know it came.
So now
I did not know
it makes, because I was trying to connect gaslighting to what's happening. Like, why is it called gas? I was trying to connect those two things, and there is no reference. It's from a movie. Yeah. And that's why, and then it all makes sense. Okay, so this guy was literally trying to drive her crazy by manipulating something and then saying, no, you're bugging, it's still the same. Yeah. Until she lost her mind.
Oh, okay.
So that's but people were using it so much and in the wrong context. Don't you gaslight me? You gaslight. What are you even saying? You're not even using it right. So it was confusing me. So when I searched somebody,
it was just a new term that they were just throwing
out there. Yeah. Because they heard somebody else say it and they weren't using it right. And then Riz, such and such got rizzed. That doesn't make it's not. It comes from charisma.
Yeah.
Meaning you got
that riz.
Yeah, you got game. Like you know what I'm saying?
I like to use it as a conjunction.
Okay.
Or even an adjective. Like I like to say Riz Lord Bryce.
You're the charisma lord.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It still has to.
Whenever I'm out in these streets, especially, one of my favorite playgrounds, Miami, they'll be like, oh, okay, Riz Lord Bryson has just touched down.
You silly. But it has to make sense in the context of, if I replace this slang with the actual word, it still works.
Yes.
And people were not, I heard people using it on the internet, and I'm like, what is going on here? Because you saying it.
Yeah.
And this person, like, they losing to me. And it does not look like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Well, sometimes people just throw words around.
I think niggas was throwing words around. Anyway, we didn't come to talk about that.
Nah. That's just the intro.
Yeah, we didn't come to talk about that. We came to talk about, when does your body count matter? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
When does your body count matter? Your body count matters when, ...
Well, here's what I'm going to say, because I know I've come on here before and I've said it, whether people have seen it, and I know I've said it to you. A woman's body count to me doesn't matter. What you've done in your past is your past. Except if we are about to get married and all of the men in your circle have had a turn.
Not all of them, Jesus.
Yeah. When all of the dudes in your circle, I knew a chick one time, she bragged to me or thought it was funny that all of the dudes that she was sitting courtside at a basketball game, and all of the dudes that were playing against each other, if it was 6 of them, she smashed 5 of them.
Say it ain't so.
And kind of laughed about it.
Like this is funny.
Like it was funny.
It's not funny. So
I'm trying to say that and push up on me. And I'm
like you gonna be next on her roster.
Nah.
You can't even make starting 5 now. You 6 man.
Bruh, she was, and it was the funniest thing. She was like, no, I don't care about them, but I love you. I was like, wait a minute.
You said that to the last nigga.
You talking to me like I'm the chick. You
next.
running the game on me like, I'm like, nah. I'm like, I appreciate you
having. Mother hoes don't mean nothing to me. Exactly. You the one.
I appreciate you having good taste, but nah. So that's, to me, that's when it matters, when all of the dudes in your circle have had a turn. We cannot be serious. I cannot marry you if every dude at the wedding,
come on,
has had you.
All of them the best man.
And then
they all the best man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, just to give context, this is how this conversation came up. I don't even know how the first conversation initially came up, but somehow we got on to the whole, it was when you was talking about old girl. We got onto the whole, this is the mentality, or this is the reason why, like I said, this is the reason why we have why they always date this type of girl and then marry this type of girl. Yeah. And they had a cute little whatever type chick that's jazzed up, as they say, jazzed up.
They don't say that no more.
Okay. The face got a lot of makeup on it. She didn't.
They got the cute chick that, what I'm saying, she got a...
They used to say beat face. They don't say that no more.
You got the cute chick that's banging.
Banging chicks.
Oh, do they say banging?
I don't know if they say banging no more.
Well, you got cute chicks. You got cute chicks.
But the other girl ain't not cute.
One is wifeable, one is smashable.
Yes, but I'm trying to get to the distinction to say why. So this girl goes out. She's a woman of the night. She goes out. She's a party girl.
She's not a day walker.
She's not a day walker. I call them Hooters girls. I'm going to explain why.
We are really on Unk status right now. We are Unk tiny right now. we are UNCs, our capital right now.
Hey man, it happens when you're old enough to be somebody's father, and we almost old enough to be. No, never mind.
What?
Yeah,
you were about to step on that.
One young lady
to stand on that.
One young lady who I was dating, her mother had her at 16.
Okay.
So when we're 20,
yeah,
mom's 36.
Yeah.
It
could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah,
like it wasn't gonna happen to me. I ain't had no kids when I was 16, and neither were my children. That being said,
if you've had that institution, if you've had that,
praise God if you made it.
You, no judgment.
It happens. No judgment. People make decisions and they live with them.
Things happen.
But anyway, I call them Hooters girls.
Not Hooters institution.
I'm gonna glaze right over that. Hooters girls. I call them Hooters girls because back in the day when Hooters was popping, people used to do wild stuff like give these girls $100 tips and just I can change your life because the girl sat at the table and flirted with them for a little while. And that was a thing. That was a thing. They definitely made it known that I'm here for you to have this good time.
I bought a chick school books once. They was like $50, $60. I was like, here you go.
Here you go.
Live your life.
Here you go. But it happens. And when you young and not hip to the game, those girls be winning. Yeah. They came over there, they be winning, they get their tips, that's how they live their life. So the Hooters girls, which is, you're attractive, you carry yourself in a certain manner, you're fun.
Yeah.
You're fun. You go out. We turn up. We drinks, smoke a hookah or weed, whatever you do.
Whatever your vice.
Whatever your vice. It's shots. It's they might have a little glitter on them.
What? Your shots?
No. The girls have some glitter.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes.
They don't. That's not a thing.
Sometimes.
I know about it, but that's not a thing.
But anyway, but those girls, really like everything is about, I need to look nice. I need to be pretty. I like to have a good time. And then the complaint is they're with this other cute young lady who looks like she could be the equivalent of what some would consider a church mouse.
She be what they used to say.
Homely, yes.
I used to love a homely chick.
A homely chick.
All I need to do is put you in a different dress.
She not quite up on the trends.
Oh yeah.
She not really out in the streets like that.
Oh yeah.
She,
You are singing my song.
Yeah. Boy. She like living the regular, calm. I go to work, I come home,
She got Amazon Prime.
She got Amazon Prime.
Real responsible with her, what she do.
Yeah, and when she go out, it's to have a good time and be home by 12:30.
She out, she wearing flats.
She might be wearing flats.
Or a wedge heel. That's a good homely chick.
A good homely chick. She back her parents, both her parents be telling her you got a curfew.
She calls her
and
father sir.
And she respect it. So, two different types.
Can we have a number flash for the women like for me? For the women like that, call this number if you are a homely chick.
A homely chick. I
call
can't dress.
This number now.
I don't wear too much makeup.
You got to know how to dress.
But you just cute in the face.
I got flaws. You got flaws. I can take you to the store and show you what looks good. That's nothing. You can open a magazine. But what you can't teach or what you can't imbue on somebody is character.
The word of the day is pedigree.
Boom.
It's a different cloth that each party is cut from. I'm not saying one is better than the other, because you can get one of these girls who was a woman of the night and she can turn out to be a fan.
Woman. Like, is she gonna bite you? Like what is she?
She goes out and have a good time. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's she could be an angel of the night.
Angel of the night. Yeah. Like gargoyles? Angel of the night.
Them gargoyles back on the 90s.
So we're going to call them Demonas. Because that's what he used to call. That was Demona's name, Angel of the Night.
Yeah, well,
That's very poetic. It was actually a good. Shouts out to Sally Richardson. Y'all don't know.
Come on, Sally.
You know what I'm saying? She was directed a couple of Gargoyles episodes. She was also the voice of Elisa Mazza. That's little known fact.
You taught me something now.
She was even fine as a cartoon.
Shut
up. Boy.
Shut your mouth. People don't remember Posse.
I remember that.
Those are the days.
Just keep the O in it and the E in it. Anything else, that's a whole nother podcast.
Oh, yes, it is. All right, but the point is, nothing wrong with either one of these females. Some, that look a certain way, people assume that they're about a certain life, and then others, when this could be the biggest whore on the planet. No makeup, long skirts, and she rolled that skirt up at night every night. She nasty. We don't know. I'm just saying that
you painting a picture.
But what I'm saying is the question that's always given when women, why do women date this kind of girl, and why do men date this kind of girl, and then when it's time to get married, they marry this, right? And the thing is, you have this perception of being a fun person.
Yes.
That funness, if it is not quote unquote, I'm not gonna say what I'm about to say. What I was gonna say. I'm gonna change my whole sentence.
That's what I'm saying.
But a lot of times, if fun is not necessarily directly correlated with peace.
It is not. Because
at the end of the day, if a man does not feel secure in your funness, we've been having a good time and you've been with all the fellas and all the females and we just around and party and turn up and I don't feel secure. Like, okay, when I go home, here's you.
Yeah.
And we calm and that feistiness has been turned off and all the flirting only happens with me. It's like, that's an unrealistic compartmentalization of a person's character and personality. You cannot put that on that individual. Now, some people are able to kind of turn it off and kind of be like, hey, I love everybody, but I'm super in love with you. And I don't know for a fact, but I think that a lot of the times when it's like, okay, now I'm ready to settle down, I don't want somebody who gave it to me in 3 days.
Yeah.
No, we went out, we dated, we had fun.
We had a connection mentally and spiritually before we had one physically.
Right.
Because the physical connection can wane.
Come on.
But having a mental and spiritual connection with somebody makes it last a little bit longer. Like, I don't want to disappoint this individual because I have care or love for them. So I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, which will disappoint them. Mm-hmm. And anybody that says, oh, I can love her and cheat on her. No, you don't love her.
No, you don't.
You don't love her. You don't love her fully. You love her, but you're not in love with her.
Come on. Come on.
You love her as a human. You might even love her as
agape is the word. Brotherly friend. Love.
Yeah. You may love her as an individual in your life that has supported you. You do not love her as you fully. Mm-mm. You do not love her as you should love the Lord. But that's another thing. Some people don't even know how to exhibit that love because they're afraid of the discipline that comes with that.
Because love, at the end of the day, it's a decision, and it is a discipline more than anything else. And people still running around talking about how they feel. No sir and no ma'am.
Love is an action. An action meaning there are some things that I will not do in order to execute my love.
Sacrifice.
There you go.
Sacrifice. If there's no sacrifice, that man and or woman does not love you at all.
Yeah.
They don't. Well, at all strong, but they don't love you like that.
And everybody's love is different. There's no unilateral form of love.
To the next person, this is your sign. Just playing.
I'm joking. That's what we get. That's what we get it mixed up. People think that love is not the same. You will have different versions of it based on your socio-economical upbringing.
Come on.
But to spin back to the point.
So why is this?
The reason why that is even a conversation is a thing. I'm explaining like in a metaphor.
Come on.
You're outside. Mm-hmm. There's construction workers. There's like all types of traffic and horns beeping and all types of chaos. Mm-hmm. You open your car door and you get in the car door and boom, what happens? The cabin silence hits you. It insulates you from all of the chaos that was once outside.
Okay.
That's the way most men want to be when they come home.
Come on.
They want to leave all that chaos and all that loudness that they encountered outside of their bubble. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, a lot of people in relationships will view the toxicity of certain things they consume through the media, whether it be through Instagram, whether it be on YouTube, TV. They're like, oh no, this is what a relationship is, with arguing and basically competition with each other.
Don't talk about that competition. Don't you talk about that.
They see that this is what it is based on, they don't have a real world model. Mm-hmm. They only have what they see on like their agents of socialization, TV, or Instagram, social media. So they're like, no.
All your idols married.
They are. And they sacrifice. They may give you a message or give you a song or a movie where they're not doing it, but in their private lives, they're sacrificing to make it work for legacy and generational wealth. But when we as men want to get in that bubble, when you bring the outside world into that bubble, or you're in that bubble giving us the same chaos out in the world, going back to the car, we want to put you out the car. And just keep going down the highway.
Keep going down the highway.
Because we're like, I want to have peace in my bubble. I don't want to fight outside and fight at home.
Right.
I know people say and throw that around, but it's the truth.
But the other side of that is it is perceived that the fun girl won't be able to do that.
It's a transition that has to be done from within, because nothing from outside of a man can defile a man. So nothing from outside of a person can also change them for the better as well. It has to all be done from within. Right. You have to want to change.
Right.
You have to want to make a transformative change. It can happen, but if the person feels as though, I'm a free spirit, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is what I want to be. You have to handle me. You have to learn how to catch him. Look, I'm finna tell you something. Anything that people say needs to be handled, you have to either wear special gloves, have special tools,
there we go,
have a cage. Mm-hmm. So unless you want any of these three, you should not be talking about, I want to be handled. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the reality of it. Saying that, you have to know how to handle me is basically saying, I want you to walk on eggshells around me until I don't want you to do it. You basically want to manipulate and control another person.
Just say that C word.
So that's what it means when somebody says you don't know how to handle me. What if man kept going around, man, she don't know how to handle me.
And we was out of pocket.
Yeah. Cheating. And you know what I'm saying? You cheating, you cussed her out,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And stole money out her purse and was like, she just don't know how to handle a dude like me. What if we did that?
The double standard.
Stole gas out of a car, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Siphon the gas
out of a car.
But you know what I say?
Stole a son's fruit snacks and Capri Suns by the box, and then said, she don't know how to handle me.
She don't know how to handle me.
Yeah, not no juice packet here and there.
This is what Destiny's Child song was about. Bills, bills, bills. He took her Altima and he took her Maxima and drove that bad boy around and left that gas tank on E.
She ain't know how to handle it, dude.
She ain't know how to handle it. It was too late.
She ain't know how to handle it.
Now you got a whole song about it.
Exactly.
And it's like, don't write the song, handle me. I need to be handled.
Exactly.
No, we getting off topic.
Oh man,
we getting off topic. You know what?
I had a beat in my head.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. It was worth talking about. But the conversation rolled from these two women, which could be equally beautiful in their own right. We're talking about how their behaviors are more than anything. Again, how they look. You know, you can put glitter on this girl too, and you know,
glitter don't make everything shine. Yeah. Don't make everything.
I'm using glitter as a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, was that similar? It's metaphor.
Yeah.
Glitter.
Oh, okay.
Not literal glitter. Okay. But anyway, it rolled into this person might have bodies.
Yeah.
This person could have a high body count, which, you said.
I wanna, you know what?
But this person can have bodies too.
It's not really the body count. It's the the proximity of the bodies.
That is what matters the most.
That is what matters the most. It's not about you had these bodies. It's not about you went to Vermont and you went to a conference and you just couldn't behave. You just lost all earthly discipline, and every person at this Vermont conference could get it, and you just ran through them. But
that just reminded me of something. Go ahead.
But at the same time, you come to another state and you're like, you know what, that was the past. I'm not gonna be like that. This and this. That to me doesn't register as anything I should care about.
Right.
But if you used to coach, if you used to be a little league coach, and all of the fathers you are good friends with, and you are still friends with these men, and they have all had you.
You can't be in line to marry.
Now I have an issue. Now I'm like, wait a minute, you slept with Tommy. Yeah, but me and Tommy cool. That's like my brother. Wait, you slept with Mike. Yeah, but me and Mike cool. That's like my brother. And so all of these dudes are still around you in your circle, and they amount to a huge number of your sexual experiences. Nah, I got a problem. And you want to invite all of them to the wedding? Nah, I got a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I got a problem. Yeah, I'm just going to show them what they missed out on. You about to show me too, because I'm about to go. I'm not having it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Now, the Vermont situation, you lived your life. But this whole, we still all friends and we still all know each other and we still all cool, nah.
Both know each other and it's one went to Clark, one to Spelman.
Nah.
That was his thing.
I'm not trying to be the Eskimo brothers.
You trying to like Andre, 3,000.
What's that?
One went to Clark, one went to Spelman. Both know each other and it's cool. You can tell.
I mean, but that's just two. We talking about Clark, Spelman, Georgia State, Georgia Southern. You know what I'm saying? But they all work at Turner. You know what I'm saying? They all work
downtown, the same place.
Exactly.
You
down
same
there. Place.
Nah, that's not gonna work.
Nah.
But it's more about. Here's my other gripe, and this is something. Maybe it's just me personally, but I do care if Vermont happens. I care if Vermont happens. I understand. Because I feel like at some point in time, you were just completely lost.
Okay.
Now, on the other side, I'm looking at it. Let's say you start having. When do people typically start having sex now?
Bruh, I don't even
Let's be on the safe side and say 16. Okay. If you go from 16 and we're just going to stop at 30, that's 14 years of sexual activity, because once you start, the chance of you just stopping is low.
Yeah.
It's hard. So we'll say,
unless you become aesthetically why do I always have trouble with this word? Aesthetically unpleasing to, the masses.
You become ugly. It's hard to become ugly though. You typically start out that way, and then you make, you know, you gradually get a little better. It's very few people who were attractive that just fell completely off. Well, they gained weight, or they lost too much weight, but they don't. Your face needs to be ugly to be ugly. My book. Okay. But the point I was trying to make is you got 14 solid years of schooling.
Yeah.
If you get a boyfriend every 2 years, that's 7 niggas.
Okay.
You're going to have bodies.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless I was celibate and I stayed celibate until I was 25 and I got one and then we had a long relationship and I haven't really been the same and that's it. You might have one, but like, but you're going to have, if the average person's going to have some numbers behind them.
That's why I said Vermont doesn't matter to me.
But I don't like how it happened. Because that's bad judgment.
See, I understand that, but I'm like, people can change, and that was in the past.
I get it.
I'm not going to hold you accountable.
I get it.
But now if the past is still ringing your doorbell, still wanting to.
So let's talk about it.
Wanting to, be around.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let's talk about that.
Nah.
Let's talk about that because my question is, barring salvation.
Yes.
Barring salvation.
Which happens every day.
Which does happen every day, but statistically it's going the opposite direction now. More people are losing faith than getting it. Statistically. Well, at least Christianity, as far as what I last read.
Yeah.
A lot of people just not, they getting more into other stuff.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. But my thing is,
whatever brings you peace. But
the Christian inside of me has to stop there.
We know what we do. We know what we do.
I gotta stop there. I just gotta say whatever. But anyway, a lot of people are doing whatever they want to do now, and it's causing. I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah.
You were talking about.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I'm gonna help you. You ready? I'm gonna help you.
Go ahead.
Stay with me. You were talking about I said if the past is still ringing your doorbell.
Right.
I have an issue with that.
Right.
And you were saying that now morality has taken a back seat, especially Christian morals, because more people are moving away. There we
go. Meretriciousness.
That's one of my favorite words.
Does it go away if you do not have a life-changing experience where you just kind of just stop? How old are you going to be at that point where you just kind of like, all right, I'm tired of being out in these streets. I'm tired. Like, for a dude to hit that, he literally has to be like, many times, all of my friends are married. I'm the last one. I'm looking stupid now because I'm constantly a third wheel. And then for a woman to hit that, a lot of times it's like, dang, if I don't do something now, if I want kids, I might not be able to have them. The clock got to start ticking. It's like, but does that stop you from being a hoe? No. We've seen them 40, 50, still being a whore. I seen something the other day talking about this old folks community. Did you see it?
Yeah. Where they put
putting the loopers on top of the golf cart.
They just
STD rate
before they go.
Well, yeah.
If
I'm gonna die, that's the way to go out, huh?
Hey.
But still, it's like that stuff doesn't stop. Hoeing don't die. It just hides in the closet.
I have a saying that I've seen.
Go ahead.
Because I've seen a lot in my time on this globe. I've seen a lot. And that's why sometimes I joke with a lot of my friends. I'm like, I've lived a lot of life. And then even my mother, God rest her soul, she used to tell people, she's like, he's never been a kid.
Right.
She would tell people, he's never been a kid. And with that said, I've seen a lot of stuff. And I've seen young hoes become old hoes.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I questioned it because I study people. I'm a behavioral hobbyist. So I study people.
Professional people watcher.
So yeah, so what I've noticed is that what happens is a mindset that is free of consequence.
Come on.
And often that mindset, once it's stuck with you past deep into your 20s to your 30s,
come on,
that is when the fault happens. That is when you're like, wait, I have not made any long-lasting connections, or you just keep telling yourself, I haven't come across the right person, because you have this idea in your mind that can't be reached, or you're not in the social setting for that idea. Now, one of those can be fixed. You can work to get in the right social setting that you think that you need to be in, but you have to be aware if the men or women in that social setting actually will want you. And sometimes that actual answer is no. And then
say it ain't so.
That kind of disrupts what you have. And then that change you wanted to make from being, a woman of the night. You say it hits you to where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. God will provide. I will have, my mate. Right. And then you're not actively anymore trying to search for somebody that actually loves you. You have this what's the phrase? You have this idea in mind, and you're loyal and faithful to that idea to a fault. You're not giving any wiggle room. Not saying settle. You're not giving any wiggle room to somebody who can actually be in your life. Or there are some individuals that just enjoy the excitement of the single life. Mm-hmm. So
nothing wrong with that.
They don't want to be married. And that's fine. That's okay. Fine. But at the same time, if you 60 and a hoe, you have to understand that there's a
line, man.
Your prospects that will give you the attention that you want have now gotten very slim. The older you get, as you go along the lines of being meretricious, and to define it, being meretricious means that you're enslaved to your flesh.
Come on.
So the longer you go with that mentality, you start to see that while you may be in an old folks home and you may still be getting it, you start to see the quality of it go down.
Earl can't do what he used to.
Nah. So it's at some point it's a waste of time. Yeah, and now these long-lasting bonds that actually the family structure is meant to bring about generational wealth, is meant to bring about prosperity with attached to your family name. Now that has gone out the window for earthly and fleshly pleasure.
Means nothing.
Yeah, so that's my stance with it. And that's why I got to a point where I'm like, I don't want no parts of that.
Moral of the story is, as they say, how and why matters more than how many.
You know what? I would agree to that. I would wholeheartedly.
Or maybe even throw in a who. Who, how, and why matters more than how many.
The who to me doesn't matter.
This is we're gonna run out of time. We're gonna run out of time?
Nah.
Okay. All right. So this is when we was talking about earlier, and I said the guy code is stronger than the girl code. Okay. As a man, if his actual friend will not cross that line and mess with a girl that his homeboy, his brother has messed with.
Yeah. But
that matters, bro.
But you shouldn't even cross that line for it to be a metric in the analyzing of, okay, this was done. Now I don't care about that. Like, you shouldn't. And let's be clear. We all look at and analyze each other on whether or not we should, we should start a couple or should we date. So that metric of just looking at it like, okay, she used to talk to such and such.
It's a no.
I see what you're saying.
That's a no. So that's the only reason why who matters. Because I mean, like,
I see what you're saying.
I used to smash.
I was thinking about
whoever
like,
waved.
some other. I'm like, I don't.
They
I
were
don't
celebrities, or they was this, or they was this. Like, nigga, whatever.
But once I see it's somebody in my circle, that eliminates everything. That eliminates everything else.
No,
like you don't even.
So, yeah, who, how, and why matter more than how many.
I will say, as long as the who is not in my circle,
we all right.
Doesn't bother me. The how many, as long as they are not in your circle, doesn't bother me, and I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. Like we could talk about it, we could see about it.
Right.
But sometimes some women volunteer too much information. And I don't know if they're trying to be on par with men that may volunteer too much information. You know, because
it's not attractive though.
Yeah, everybody has that. Okay, this is the pre-game sex talk. We're gonna talk about what each other likes. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, so I can have it in my mind as a playbook for what to be like, that's what you like? Oh, I gotta move for that. Mm-hmm. All right, let me we about to have a good time. Everybody has that, or they should have that talk where they talk about what they like and what they want. So you can have a good experience.
Talk about everything.
But
everything.
Because you don't want to, and always submit a test, putting that out there, because you don't want to do something where somebody be like, hey, what the hell was you doing? Like, oh, you didn't like that. No. Talk about that before time.
It's too late.
Before you can always have consent about what is done, so nothing crazy happens.
That is.
So please take that advice. Mm-hmm. Brothers, please take that advice.
Take it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm under the impression to where as long as you are a good person, you don't have any real craziness going on, I don't really too much care about your past. I can forgive that as long as we can, make something new, because the point of getting together with someone is to make a new future. Right. Not for us to beat each other up about your past.
It's gotta be. So I'm with you on that, right? The reason I said, Vermont?
Yeah, Vermont.
The reason I say that matters is because, like I said, you need to be on a trajectory to want to do better. If I meet you right after Vermont, you're just like, it was a thing that happened. Nigga, no, it wasn't. No, it was not a thing.
I was going through a tough time.
No, you weren't. I'd rather you drink.
The tough time was dicks.
Tough time.
The dicks.
A lot of tough people.
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing with like when we start. That starts being like, this is a disorder. Like how much spiritually am I gonna have to deal with now with trying to get us on the same page?
Yeah.
Because if this is what you turn to when there's a problem. So some people have problems with food. Some people got problems spending money. It's retail therapy, because I'm just like, the moment I get a little sad, I got to go out here and I got to go buy me something to make me feel good. No. Some people having a monster's ball. Yeah. I gotta make me feel good.
One of my homegirls. Well, no, not one of my homegirls is on a monster ball. No, right. One of my homegirls, she gave me a good phrase to put with that. You have to define your relationship with food, or you have to define healthy relationships with food, healthy relationships with people, healthy relationships with sex. So you don't look at these as, okay, what is it, dopamine?
Yeah.
Like, look at these as dopamine releases.
Yeah, you need to fix.
Yeah.
Everybody got their vice, but it's like, how much are we relying on that, in order to make sure that we make it through the day? Yeah. What's your trigger? Because it's like, we got an argument. I got to worry about you leaving my house and going to an orgy. Like, what? There's levels, man. That's why I say it matters. Like, we got to talk about that situation. It's a discipline thing where you just kind of like, bruh.
Trying to have that Vermont in Atlanta. That's
no. We got that Vermont in Atlanta. We're not doing that. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna talk again soon. Welcome into our world, as we say, by subscribing.
Yeah, subscribe,
like
click the button, leave a comment, be respectful. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be, uplifted in our community, and follow us on Instagram. All right. Appreciate you.
Have a good day. seen.